2070, good luck. Oh, we played before. That could have been in any time control. Opponent, how experienced. 1,000 games are virtually the same. How much time I've got? Let's play the carry. I don't want to run all that clock down. I'm nearly 1200. So do we get d4? Do we get the 2 knights? Do we get takes? Something else? We played a slight twist. Okay, we could push and push on here. We could just simply take. Bishop up. Does he want f3? Does he want queenside castling then? Should I waste a move doing this? Bishop up, f3. Then push on. That's interesting, isn't it? If he takes, I just take. He might win a pawn, but it messes the structure up. It's not something I'm familiar with though, so it's probably very bad. Let's just push the pawn on. And I'll just play pawn forward here. I could push up here as well. I could do. It's a perfectly playable move, but I don't think I will. e5 is a good engine move, but it just kind of invites f4. I'm still wondering whether to do this now and invite this and see what he wants to do. I'm going to do that actually. Knight or pawn. Oh, he goes the other one. Okay, I'll trade then. I wasn't expecting that. So again, that's the good principled move. It kind of invites this, but we can challenge it. So let's play it. I know it's the good principled move. Is that develop our bishop and our knight? What's he doing there? Yeah, he does indeed blast forward, so I'm just going to trade a few pieces. Now I can play knight over to hit the rook, but I might as well just castle first. Except I would be losing this, but if I castle and you take, have I got queen up? I think I have, haven't I? Let's castle, because if he takes now, I think I've got queen up and 2 pieces would hang. I've got knight across to hit the rook, and I've got pawn up to build a connect 4. White's got a protected centre pawn, which could become a pass pawn. So it could be dangerous. Very attacking setup. The idea will be to bring the rook across and just pile everything onto the one spot if you can. At least I've got knight over here, and then we can maybe jump one of the knights into the centre. And then just try and get the rook active, but this one might be a bit passive for a long while. Maybe we can go f6 and take some pressure off the file. We'll just worry about it when it's our go. Oh, he's gone for it, so he's seen a trick. Okay, so he's found a trick. I don't think he's going to play this. What's his idea? We hit the 2. What's he seen? Knight takes, I take the rook. What's he seeing here? Rook down, I can take the rook. Queen guards, I take the knight. Pawn down, I take the knight. Okay, I'm missing something here. It's always concerning when, you just feel like you must be missing a move somewhere. But he hasn't played it quickly though. He hasn't played his follow-up quickly. So he's played rook back, so we've won the knight. Okay. He's still got this protected pawn, so it's still dangerous. But in principle, I want something like this and rook across to pile pressure on here. So I'll play the rook first. There is this annoying bishop down. Maybe we can give the exchange up, maybe. Actually, I'm going to put the knight on a better square first and maybe challenge for the centre to cover this. Then activate the rook, but he's kind of protected this anyway. So let's play knight across to cover this move and then get the rook active and maybe f6. Rook active. I don't see any breakthrough right now, so what do we do? What do we do? I think we just want to drop back here. We don't want to be in a pin if we don't have to be. He's played down, but we'd be very happy if he took and we can take back. So maybe we start chucking these pawns. Or have I got rook up here? I've got knight back to hit the rook. But I'd quite like to allow this. I'd like him to take. I could do f6, I guess. But should I? I'm just going to play a slow move for now and see if he wants to take. I'd be happy if he did. Well, he has. So I could actually take with a pawn and leave the knight here and kick this rook out. Or I can just use my knight as an extra pawn I like the idea of going with the knight, even though it's nicely placed. Pawn here, you drop back, and yeah, no, I like the idea of keeping these intact. See where his rook's going to go. So now we've got this target again. I think it's time for f6, and he's going to have to take a chance. But it's time for f6, take a bit of pressure off. Here now we can go in with a check. He's played across, but this is where I've got to be careful. I'm going to sidestep and hit this pawn, but if the queen gets on this diagonal, obviously with this pawn structure it's dangerous, so not without risk. But oh, that pawn's loose actually, isn't it? Let's play the other rook across. He could have taken the pawn there, I'd missed that. And then maybe knight across. Oh, he's traded, okay. But if I bring the rook back, it puts permanent pressure on the pawn, and I think surely the knight wants to be back in the centre, not too defensive. Queen across is a move as well, but let's bring the knight back. Now the rook across. Everything guards everything. Yeah, he's marching forward. But now he's given us a nice chance to jump the knight back again, threatening to come round, I think. Got to use some time here. Okay, I don't know about that move. That just invites the queen across or back. So here, he's not going to go forward. He's not going to block, so he'll have to move his king. So it must be right to go here, I guess, then. I don't know if it mattered which square. He can't step forward. He's got a couple of squares to go to. I don't think he'd block, because I'll just take if he did, and that would be game over. So he's gone back. But now I can check, and he can't guard this square. Then I can bring the queen in, right? So check, and then queen up looks nice. Again, I'm a minute down on the clock, but I've still got 6 minutes to try and figure things out. So he's gone back. So I like queen in just hitting the pawn. If rook guards, I think we can just check. So queen in must be a good move. But I can always retreat if I think I'm making a mistake. So he's gone there, but can't I just check here now? Oh, is there a trick? Have I got rook takes pawn with a trick, and here there's a back rank checkmate. So I might have rook takes pawn here with a nice tactic. I'm not a great tactical player, but it looks a move. But if it's a blunder, it'll cost me the game. But he can't take cost of this, and anything else, it's threatening checkmate in it. So that should kill the game on the spot. Here, check. He can't block it, and he can't step away. So I think it's a nice tactical blow. And it just wins the game. It should win the game on the spot. Because I can force the rook and the queen off next move. And takes, it's just a back rank checkmate. No, there isn't any queen check. That should be good enough, but amateur games are never over till they're over, but he has resigned, yeah. So he's seen the finish there. That was a pretty good game. Pretty good game. So let's see what it was in engine speak, though. It's 32 moves. They're the move times for both players. He was playing it really, really quick, wasn't he? Then a couple of moves where he's thought. Played it otherwise really, really quick. You know, for a rapid game. Caracan defense, other variations. If you click on that, it'll bring up some puzzles to do, as you can see there. I do lots and lots of them. It's always very helpful for training purposes. Yes, it was a good move at the end. It was a forced checkmate, so I didn't blunder anything, thankfully. I'm not a great sharp tactical player, so there's always a chance if I'm playing tactics like that, I might be missing something. But 97.86 on the accuracy. So let's take a look through. The game has turned on move 13. Move 13. So let's take a quick flick through. Yeah, knight here is not a move that you tend to see very often. So d4 was good, and c5. I know e5 is a good principal move as well, but it walks into these ideas, but obviously it's a good engine move anyway, so I know that. Yeah, engine preferred me to drop the bishop back here, but I was happy to trade and then go e5, and it does indeed invite f4, which we get. You should have played g3 first, apparently. And then the blunder here is knight takes c5, and queen d6 was good. It's just simple. Just hit two pieces, and I didn't see a way for, say, the rook to move to guard the knight, or the knight to move to guard the rook. So we've won a piece for a pawn, a knight for a pawn, and then I'm just looking for common sense development moves here. Again, he's given up the the piece or piece off the board. F6 to take a bit of pressure off. It does create potential issues on the diagonal if you can manage to figure it out, but couldn't. So then we get a rook off the board. We put the knight back on a good square. Then we drop back because his pawn structure is opened. We then get our queen active and get the knight active. So in this position, he needed to play queen across. And then we just take the h3 pawn, then you block with the rook. And then I guess we could probably just check and force the queen off the board. So the line here, queen across, we check, we take, just check, and get the queen off the board. And then it should be comfortable. You can mess up any position, you can mouse slip, anything can go wrong, but it should be comfortable. So that's what we should have had there. But instead this allows a nice tactical blow here to force checkmate. So if he takes here, you just queen here, it's a checkmate because the king can't escape. So what other moves have you got? Just rook across, and then just take the queen. And if the rook takes, you can still come in and check and take. I'm not bothered if I miss a technical checkmate quickly. I just want to win the games. But rook takes, bring the knight in, rook back, queen takes, rook blocks, checkmate. So that's one line that the engine gives there. But for me, at my level, that was a good game. That was a good game. Okay, so where did it finish? It finished here. That was the last move. They're in italics, so I'll just delete them. They were in italics, weren't part of the actual game, so I'll just delete them. So that's where the game actually finished. So very good.